Hey guys, thanks for joining me on my next adventure, and it's about 2.5 weeks since I got off the PCT and finished that. You won't see this till a little bit after I've finished putting out all my videos. I'm catching up slowly. I've got about another 10 or 12 days of hiking left to show you, and then I'll put this one out. Like I said, I got done August 30th, and it's about middle of September right now, and I actually went back to work yesterday, but because of a glitch on the schedule, I didn't get scheduled for 4 days, and I decided that I needed some adventure because, I didn't have enough on the PCT, but it's a different kind of adventure. Hiking all those miles, 25 plus miles a day, and going through the heat and all of the stuff you go through, it made me appreciate some of the things I like doing, like car camping. So I wanted to get my fix, so that's what we're doing right here. I'm not going to give away everything we're doing, but this is going to be a 3.5 day adventure. So I'll tell you what we're doing today, and then tomorrow I'll explain what tomorrow is, and so on. So so today is Monday, what is it, the 18th, and I'll finish Thursday morning, the 21st, and I'm going to go local. And I've been thinking about some places that I've been wanting to go to, and I arranged it all and planned it all. I'm going to have perfect weather. Every day is going to be between 74 and 70 as a high, and the low 50s at night, so perfect. I plan on camping in a tent unless the weather's bad or something, that I can sleep in my car. But I need to get my fix. So this trip is going to be closer to, my plan, you guys, is hopefully by next summer. I don't know exactly, and I'll make a video eventually on it, but my plan is to hopefully get full-time and live in my SUV on the road by next summer. I don't know if it's going to happen or when it's going to happen, but that's my plan. So this video is going to be closer to what my videos on the road will be like. I have a lot of plans, a lot of different kind of videos, hiking, going to some really unique adventures, but I'm going to have an everyday kind of video, and I might group 1, 2, 3, 4 days into a video, and that's what I'm going to do with this one. It's going to be one big one. We're going to have some camping, some relaxing. I'm going to cook a couple recipes that I want to try on trail. I'm going to hike. I might show you a couple of sites or adventures on the way and kind of mix it all together in one video. So amongst all the things on the road that I want to do when I'm living in my SUV and eventually van life is I think I'm just going to call it a day in the life with Marmalade, and it could be 1 to 3 or 4 days in a row. And like I said, that's how I'm going to do this video. I'm just going to show you, kind of film it more creatively, and just show you some days it might be mundane and the normal everyday stuff that I do when I'm living in the car and traveling. This will be a little bit more activity and action because I'm actually planned everything out, but when I'm on the road, you never know what you're going to come across. So this will be more like what I will normally show you once I get on the road. Like I said, a day in the life. So come along with me. Like I said, today what we're doing, let's go over what we're doing today. I'm leaving the Carlsbad area. I'm driving about 80 miles east through Escondido, by Warner Springs, by Ranchita. I'm going to Culp Valley Primitive Campground. It's essentially, I don't think it's technically BLM land. I'm actually not sure, but I've camped there twice before, and I have a spot I'm hoping I get again. It is a Monday, so I'm doing this early to midweek, so hopefully all the places I'm going to are not going to be very crowded. But it's just a first come, first serve place. I bought firewood for all 3 nights. They have a fire pit there, and they have a bathroom, which most primitive campgrounds don't have, but they do have that here. And so for today, we're going to get there probably around 3 o'clock, and it's getting dark about 6:45. It's really the temperature is really nice in the desert this time of year. It's the shoulder season in September, so like I said, the high will be about 70 something, and the low is, like, I think in the desert tonight it's only like 60. So I'll set up my tent and the campground and the cook area and everything that I need. Then we'll cook and have a fire, and I'll go over the recipe a little bit with you in case you want to make it. I try to pick things that I like, but also that are not too much to do out there, because I only have so much room and so much time out, when I don't have a real kitchen. So that's it for this. So we'll basically make dinner, have a nice fire. I might watch a little Netflix and then go to bed. And then in the morning, I'll make my breakfast scramble and some coffee, and then we'll drive to the next place that we're going to camp at and the next adventure. So that's for today. That's what it is. There's no hike today, but the next 2 days will be hikes and camping. So can't wait to bring you along and get outside. And you think I'd have enough outside by now, but I don't know, doing those big miles, I was just dreaming of it'd be so nice to just hike, 5 to 10 miles a day and not have a full backpack and be able to cook some real food and be able to relax more and enjoy the nature and not be just always moving. So that's what this trip's about, is to get outside again. This is the perfect time of year. I would say September, October, even into November is great in the desert. It's not too hot. Maybe the next month or two we'll do a little backpacking trip too. So that's it. That's the intro for this. So let's get there and I'll show you the campground. We'll find one that we like and then we'll get going. All right, guys, we're almost at the campground, but I wanted to stop by Barrel Springs. This is mile marker 101 on the PCT. And it's just kind of, I've been here, I don't even know, probably 50 times, but walk about a tenth of a mile off the road here, just check on the water, see if Barrel Springs is actually running or not. This time of year, it's the middle of September. We haven't had any rain in a long time, so it'll be interesting to see if the spring is flowing. I may not get super close because of the bees, but it's a great campsite here. I come here sometimes just to do a quick overnighter. Yeah, look at these bees here. Water's flowing pretty well. See the bees down there? Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. They don't seem to be very aggressive, just getting water, but it comes off a pipe up off the spring. Spring is up there on the hill up this way. All right, let's get to the campsite. Okay, here we are. Here's the fire pit. This is the spot I've had the last 2 times, so I got my old spot that I love. We're gonna set up a cooking area here. I'm gonna put a tent down here and probably my sun awning here, get some shade going. It is 3 o'clock and it's 81 degrees. It was only supposed to be 74, but it's actually got a nice breeze going, so it's not too bad. It'll be a really nice evening to sit by the fire and just relax tonight though. So this is before and we'll show you after. All right, there she is. All set up. For now, I'm not gonna put the rainfly on. If it gets colder or looks cloudy, I'll put it on, but for now. All right, so now we need to get some firewood out and then set up the kitchen here by the car. All right, we got it all set up. Tarp is very hard, it's very windy, but that'll give me some shade. The sun's, as you can see, is up there. It's gonna be lower in just a little bit. Let's see what time it is. I had some technical problems. It's 4 o'clock, but I'm in no hurry. It gets dark at almost 7. All right, I threw the rain cover on, thought about it more. Last time I was here, it was windy at night and the whole tent was full of dust in the morning, so hopefully that'll help some if it gets too windy. All right, guys, I'll do my best to kind of do a short version of this recipe. I'm making something simple, like I said. It's called lemon, garlic, butter, chicken thighs, and green beans. So I cleaned up the green beans and snapped and got all the ends cut off. Also, you make a mixture ahead of time. I'm gonna read it because I don't know by heart, but you can see this. I don't know if you can see this very well, but it says this is soaking in this gallon Ziploc bag right now. It's got let me go by, you put in a small bowl, you combine onion powder, that's a teaspoon of paprika, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, and then also garlic. And 4 cloves, you can put as much as you want. I put like 4.5, 5, I like garlic. So I'm just letting this soak in and kind of marinate in there right now. So part of this is I'm kind of modifying it because I'm not here and not in the kitchen where I would maybe like steam my green beans. I'm gonna kind of halfway or 2/3 of the way cook the green beans and then take them off and then add them to the chicken later. So first what we're gonna do is get the, put some butter in the pan and kind of cook up these in a little bit of water and cook up these green beans about halfway to 2/3 of the way. All right, so the beans are looking pretty good. They're about 3/4 of the way there. It says that the next step, once we flip these over a couple times, we'll go over it again. That is, you want to lower the heat pretty low. Put one more tablespoon of butter, and then I have chopped up some parsley, and I already have put the garlic in the recipe. I put it in ahead of time. I have some hot sauce here. This is from It's jalapeno hot sauce. And what else do you need? Green onion, which I chopped up, and red crushed peppers, which is this. I put some in the bag already, but we'll put some more on there. So it'll be kind of spicy. You can leave the hot sauce and the pepper out if you don't like spicy stuff. We'll eventually add some lemon to it. A whole lemon we'll squeeze in there. We're gonna let this cook pretty good for a little bit, and then we'll flip it over and add everything. Okay, it's time to flip these over again. I'm gonna turn it on really low. It's kind of windy out here, so hopefully it doesn't go out. I don't want to burn these, so we'll cook them. They're probably halfway done, but we want to cook them slowly because they're thicker and we want to dry them out. And then we're going to add all the other ingredients. So essentially now, we're going to add some more butter. Okay, so we're going to have the chopped parsley and green onions. Got that. About a 1/4 teaspoon of red flakes, so we'll just put a little bit on there. There you go. But I didn't make that too hot. Put the lemon in there. There's another seed. I picked out most of the seeds before I squoze them, but some still shoot out, as you know. All right, then we'll put the green beans in there. And this kind of reheats the green beans and cooks them the rest of the way. These thighs were pretty big, so normally, I have a pretty big pan here, a pretty large pan, but the thighs took up most of the pan. All right, you guys, I think it's done. So turn that off. I'm pretty hungry, but I'm gonna get a couple of thinner ones to make sure it's cooked through. I think I'll get 2 thighs. See if I can make this look pretty for presentation. All right, there it is. A couple chicken thighs. I don't know if that looks good to you, but it smells amazing. And we're gonna give it a taste test now. And right before we taste test the food, look at that fire, baby. Going really great now. It is pretty windy, which really, really helps. So let's try the green beans first. Really good. A hint of garlic and lemon. Spread as meat. I almost always do chicken breast, so I thought it'd be nice to do chicken thighs. It's more moist usually. Oh, wow, it's really good. I like a little bit spicy, not, like medium. When you first eat it, it tastes just like great chicken, like, salt and peppered and some garlic, but then you get the hot aftertaste a little bit right after. All right. So this recipe I got offline, it's for making it at the house, but I try to find things, like I said when I said earlier today, was that I try to find things that I like, but also aren't going to be too difficult and too complicated to make out here where I only have so many tools. It was a little complicated by the high winds today. I was trying not to let my, there's times when I needed to cook it on low, but I had to have it on medium because of the high winds were blowing it out. So besides that, everything went flawlessly. This is exceptional. I only need 2 of the 6 thighs, so I might have some for lunch or something tomorrow, but I might use some of the chicken in my recipe for tomorrow. It doesn't call for it, but you can put it in there. So anyway, that's it. I'm gonna eat now. My mouth is full. We'll see you a little bit. All right, so we're gonna make my breakfast scramble. I'm just chopping up some onions. I have regular white onion, and then also I have one green onion to throw in there. We want to saute those, of course, first. I'm gonna put the last of the butter in there. As you may know from my backpacking, I'm not a big breakfast eater, so having this much food is a good start for me. Plus my coffee. So this is a scramble, so scramble it up. I like pepper for sure. All right, I think it's done. We have a couple more steps to do. I'm trying to not block the sun so you can see this. Smells really, really good. Smell the onions. Okay, so we've got that done. We're gonna add the last two things, which is a 4-cheese Mexican shredded cheese blend and an avocado. A little messy, so not perfect on the presentation. All right, let's try it out, see if it's as good as it looks and smells. Man, you guys, it's 7:49. It's already getting warm. Today, when we get in the car, I'll go over what we have planned for today, but we're gonna get up higher in the mountain, so it'll be cooler. It's gonna be a great day, but let's mix this up, get the cheese melted, get all the flavors going here. It's really nice every once in a while when I treat myself to breakfast because I'm really bad about it. A lot of mornings, I'll have like one bagel. I'm just talking in regular life, not on trail, but one bagel and some coffee, and that's it. And it's really not enough to, you know, to have a good productive day. So I've got to get better at that. All I got was spinach there. Let's try a bite with some avocado, some egg, some onions. Oh yeah. Man, that never gets old, I'm telling you right now. Man, that's good. Good morning. Day 2 of this 3.5-day adventure, and as promised, I'm gonna let you know what I'm doing each day. What's fun about this trip is, I had that nice breakfast and coffee and relaxed a little bit. Man, it got hot fast. It's amazing in the desert with total sun exposure and no shade how warm it gets quickly. I left at 8:30, and then we go over the plan today. So each day is going to be a different venue, so stay along for the whole thing. It's going to be pretty fun. There's going to be a lot of different things in my local area. So I'm driving about, I think when I left the Culp Valley Primitive Campground outside of Ranchita, I had 39 miles to go to my next destination, and because it's a mountainous, hilly road, it's about an hour. And I'm heading back. I went east towards, in the Anza Desert to that campground. Now we're going northwest, and we're going back through Warner Springs. We're going to go up to Palomar Mountain, and Palomar Mountain State Park is where I'm going to camp. I've paid for a campground there. One of the things we're going to do first, though, I told you I'm going to show you some other things, is up on this Palomar Mountain. It's a little confusing because the whole area is kind of a state park, but Palomar Mountain State Park, where my campground is, separate from where I'm going to take you, which is the Palomar Observatory. A lot of people that live here, and a lot of people that don't live here, know about it. It's very old. I have no idea the years, but that's why we're going, to find it out. I've been there, it was a long time ago, so essentially this will kind of be my first time there again. I remember a little bit about it, but I don't know the history. But I know even where I'm driving, I'm pretty far away. I can see it. I can actually see it right now, and I'm 5 miles south of Warner Springs. So I can see it. It's a big white dome, looks like a golf ball up in the mountains. So what's funny, from the crows flying straight, it's not far, but it's going to be about 30 miles from where I am now. So it's a big mountainous, windy road we're going to go up. So we'll take you there. We'll go there first. My plan is to do a hike. Check-in, we're going to get there about 9:30 to the observatory. Maybe stay there for a half hour, and then I've already called. I can do a hike while I'm waiting to check in at 2 o'clock. If there's nobody, it's kind of like a hotel. If there's nobody in my spot, I could probably check in early. But I'm going to try to do this hike that I told you almost killed me. It's about 6 miles. The only reason I won't do it is if it gets really hot. It's only supposed to be about 70 today, so if that holds true, then we'll go do a hike and then check into the campground. So that is my plan. So come along with me. It's going to be fun. Well, there's a little bit of marine layer here at Warner Springs, but everything else is clear and sunny. It's kind of burning off very slowly. So let's get going and get to Palomar Mountain Observatory. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. It's pretty cool. Now it's time to go about 5 to 7 miles on the other side of this Palomar Mountain to the state park and stop in at the ranger station and kind of get checked in and figure out if we can get the hike in before we check in at the campground. So let's do this. It's 10 o'clock right now. Really? More blowdowns? Thought I got rid of these back in Oregon. That wasn't too bad. Hey guys, I've gone a little over a mile of the 3 miles up, and thought I'd kind of fill you in on this hike. As I said earlier today, this is the first hike I almost ever did in my life, except for when I was a kid and stuff. It's funny how it seems so hard, and now, I mean, there's little steep parts that are steeper than the PCT, but not very long. But comparatively, it's not as hard, but it's a beautiful day. It's about 70 degrees. And this hike is up to a fire tower. I'll try to put the name of the fire tower. I didn't look it up ahead of time. I've told that it is open. It generally is open. It's one of the few in Southern California that they still use for fires. And generally they're really welcoming. I'm hoping I can get a little tour from one of them. Usually when I go there, there's some picnic benches up there. They'll take a little snack break up there. They'll even yell at you and say, hey, you want to come up? Because I think they're bored a little bit. But tourists can drive up there. But this hike consists of about, I put it on Gaia, it's about 5.5, 6 miles, so about 3 miles up. And then I'm going to take a different route, real pretty 3 miles down, different route back to the car and the campground where I'm camping tonight. It's a decent amount uphill. It's over 1,300 feet for the 3 miles up, but it's kind of like steep and then flat, so it kind of gives you some breaks just like I like, and that's about it. I'm going to take a snack break real quick and then keep going. Had a couple things that I forgot to say earlier. This is my first hike since I got off the PCT. I purposely, my body was, you get in this incredible thru hiking shape, but my body was pretty wrecked. Every day you wake up on trail and you're very sore and beat up, and your body just gets conditioned to do it. But it took me about 4, 5, 6 days just to feel like when I got up, I didn't have hike or hobble. I wasn't achy and sore, so it took me a little while just to feel that way. So I feel really good and fresh right now. It's been almost 3 weeks since I've hiked or been on trail, so that's been a great thing. The other thing is, surprisingly, I thought, because we don't really have bugs in Southern California very bad, not mosquitoes or anything, but we have these, I think they're called noceums, if I'm saying that right. They're little gnats, and they're just flying around. It's worse than on the PCT. The PCT had biting bugs and wasps and mosquitoes and all that, so that was painful. They're not biting, but they're literally in my face. Even when I'm walking, normally with flies on the PCT, you can walk and flies leave you alone once you start moving. These are like floating with you, and there's just a million of them right this second. They're not here because there's a little breeze, but I'm hoping it's not bad at the campsite. I might have to start a fire earlier and get some smoke going, but yeah, they don't sting like or bite or anything, but they're just kind of a pain in the rear end. So I started at 11 and got up here at exactly 12. So man, I remember this thing used to take me 2 hours each direction, so 4 hours. I'm gonna take it, like I said, a different way down. It's really pretty. The views are great. When you first start leaving, it's pretty high up, and you go over an old burn area, but you can see pretty far. And then we go through some really shady, dark, dense forest towards the end. So it's kind of a pretty and something different. And so I'm gonna need a snack here. I'm gonna see if they'll give me, there are people in the lookout here, so I'm gonna see if they can give me a tour so I can get that on film, and then we'll head out. guys. Just taking a little quick break. It's mostly been downhill. It's nice to be in the shade, and this is one of my favorite parts of any of the trails out here. There's a bunch of connecting trails, but I love this last half a mile. It's back to the car. I'm just guessing half mile or 3/4 of a mile. Very shaded, very big old trees. There was an old burn through here, so there's some burn ones, but in the winter and spring, there's a creek right behind me that's normally flowing. I don't think it's flowing right now because it's mid-September, September 19th. So anyway, we just have some roly-poly stuff, and then up and out of a little valley where the creek is, and then on the road, and we'll just walk about, I don't know, a couple hundred yards to my car, and then we can go over to the campsites. Did it. Give me a knuckle. Alright, so there's the fire pit. Sun now, but it'll be in the shade later on. Looks like that's where my tent will go. Doesn't look too bad. I was here one other time, but it's been about 6 years. I noticed a pretty shady spot. The sun will be over there. You can see it's already kind of there. It'll get down low and be nice and shady. Hopefully the bugs aren't bad. One thing that's kind of a bummer is the car is so far away. I have to make so many trips to get everything, and then morning do the reverse. So yesterday I could just camp right next to where the car was. All right, let's set this up. Well, I had to start a fire and see if I can get the bugs out of here. These I was wrong about these no-see-ums or whatever they are. They're biting the living, you know what I mean? And I have some neighbors that are bugging the heck out of them. They said when it gets a little bit cooler, which it's not really cooling down much. When it gets cooler, they'll supposed to go away, but I'm gonna try to smoke them out. And I have an extra bundle of wood. I wanted to do 3 bundles per day, but I only did 2 yesterday, so I have an extra. So I'm starting early, and really, it's not really that early. It's 3:22. It gets dark about 6:45, 7. So we'll just start our fire early, and hopefully the smoke, I can already tell it's helping some. So hopefully the smoke and the fire and the heat and everything will keep them away a little bit. But man, it's maddening, and I have welts all over me. Well, I hope you can see okay in the shade here. On today's menu, we're gonna make garlic parmesan pasta with spinach and mushrooms. And thanks to my friend Terry, I made extra chicken thighs yesterday. I'm gonna add a little chicken into that too, but it sounds really good. And so we're gonna start by boiling the pasta and get that started. Okay, so as we're boiling the bow tie pasta, I want to saute some onions. It says 2 onions. I'm doing 1.5 onions just because it seems like a lot of onion. Next, I'm doing 14 ounces of cremini mushrooms. Just gonna chop them up. They're gonna be the next thing we saute, so I want to get them prepared. All right, so these are slightly brown as it asked for and translucent, so put those on the plate. So now we repeat the process with the cremini mushrooms. All right, so we'll put the cremini in there. And it says from 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how hot it is. So these are done. Those on the plate. Okay, next we're gonna do some spinach. I'm gonna use it all except for a little bit I want for breakfast. Okay, so spinach is done here. We'll put that on the plate too. And we'll repeat it again with a little more olive oil. This time we're gonna add a bunch of stuff. First gonna add the garlic, vegetable broth, heavy whipped cream, grated Parmesan, chili pepper flakes, and Italian seasoning. There's so much food here, I don't think I'm gonna add the chicken. I just think it's way too much volume of food. I'm gonna have so much leftovers as it is. I can eat the chicken separate. Nice cheesy sauce. Okay, we're gonna start adding everything now. So we'll first do the pasta, of course. Seems like a lot, doesn't it? Then we're gonna add the onions, mushrooms, and spinach. And we're gonna toss it, just kind of reheat it all up. Could have put some more spinach in there, but I wanted to save some for breakfast in the morning. Bugs are eating me alive right now. They're as starving and hungry as I am. I'm away from the fire. When I'm over by the fire, they're not bugging me, but let's see if this tastes okay. Gonna heat it all back up and then it should be ready to go. Made way too much food. All right, let's get a good healthy dose of this. Garlic, Parmesan, pasta with mushrooms, and spinach. And then I'm gonna throw a little more cheese on it because I can. All right, you guys, there it is. I don't know how it looks or not. We're gonna go test it out. Man, I thought I was done with all the mosquitoes. These bugs are ravenous. The minute I get, right now they're not bothering me because I'm near the fire, but man, are they bad. It's over there cooking and it's ate my legs alive. All right, let's try this, you guys. After all that, it is 5:24, so I have an hour and a half, 2 hours of light. I'm gonna enjoy the fire and my dinner. Really good. It's kind of a clean, light, even though it's a cream sauce, there wasn't a lot of cream sauce in there, so it's kind of very light. I can taste the red pepper flakes, spice. Obviously you can add and subtract. I was gonna do chicken, like I said, but way too much food in here. But no, this is really good. I mean, you could do lemon and get something fresher, maybe do a sauce that's not creamy if you want to do something that's healthier and lighter, but it's very, if you can tell, it's not creamy like you'd see in like Alfredo or something. It's very light, so the flavor, so it turned out really good. I'm impressed with myself. Good morning, day 3. It is a little after 7, like 7:15, and it's cold. We're up in the mountains. I'm gonna make some coffee, make my breakfast scramble. After that, I'm gonna have some coffee, just warm up a little bit and relax a little bit, then break down camp, and we'll get to venue number 3, which I'll tell you when we get in the car. But first things first, let's get some coffee. Well, good morning, guys. I'm being kind of quiet. I have some neighbors here. Today is Wednesday, the 20th of September, and we're going to be going on to venue number 3. I'll tell you in the car when we get going. Can't wait to show you the next day, or today. But I'm going to have some hot coffee, and like I said, my scramble, and pack up. The unfortunate thing about this spot, when I picked it online, they don't show you a lot of pictures, or on the map it looked close, but my car's, I would say, 75 to 100 feet away. So, and it's downhill that way, thankfully. But when I was packing up, I had to carry everything from my car all the way up here, and it was like about 30 trips. Sometimes you get spots where your car is right next to the table and where your tent is, and it just makes life easier. That's how it was yesterday at Culp Valley Primitive Campground, and I think the campground I'm having today that I paid for at our next venue is the same way. It's going to be close by, but This one's just a little bit of pain, and it kind of reminds me that I got to really, when I'm reserving things, look closer at it. It's a lot too. It's way more than I normally eat, but I'm only making the breakfast scramble 2 mornings, and I have extra tomatoes and cheese and avocado and mushrooms and onions. It's really good. So I wanted to use it all up. So I don't normally eat this much in the morning, but I'm going to do it. And then we're going to get packed and get going. A little before 8. I should be packed up about 8:30, 8:45. And our next destination, I actually don't know how far. We have no service here, so I haven't been able to Google it, but I want to say it's an hour, maybe a little further to our next destination. But we'll let you know when we get in the car. Hey guys, Marmalade here. Good morning, good morning. This is day 3 of my 3.5-day adventure, and we are just coming off Palmer Mountain, and we have a long windy road to get down to the 15. Then we're going to head up north on the 15 up. And where are we going today? Idlewild. Some consider it the best trail town on the PCT. It's a good argument. I'm going around some sharp corners, so excuse me, I got stuff sliding around in my car. So I wanted to tell you about today. Yeah, we're going to Idlewild, and the weather's supposed to be good. I just checked it. It's supposed to be sunny. Where I am now, you can't tell in the car in the windows, I don't think, but it's as I get more west towards where I came from originally by the coast, the marine layer is socked in, and it's been very drizzly and gloomy and cold. But supposedly in Idlewild, it's going to be low 60s and clear and sunny, which is perfect, and only a low of around 51 or 52. We'll see. You are a pretty high elevation, 6,000 something feet. But the plan originally, I'm not sure what I'm going to do now. The original plan, I do have a campground, and we're doing that. Check-in's not till 2, so it'll be after that sometime. But I'm not going to get there because of all the indirect route and the windy roads. It's going to take about an hour and a half to get there. But I'll get there about 11ish. But I was going to do a hike, and I was going to do a pretty tough, not tough, but medium to tough. A lot of climb up Devil's Slide Trail, which gets up to the PCT, and then go up to Duquette's Peak. There's a fire tower there. But I'm getting a later start, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I was thinking about how whenever I go on these things, I always try to go full blast and fill in every single second. But Idlewild is such a great town. I may go to the coffee shop and hang out, maybe do some editing. I just thought it'd be fun to, I've gone there a lot, and there's a gear store that I'll go in that I love going in, but I don't go there as much as a tourist. I go there, I don't go in the shops, but it might be fun to look at some of the shops and just show you the town a little bit. Maybe do a lunch there, just relax. So right now I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I may not do a hike, so we'll play it by ear, but I'm feeling like I've got to stay true to myself. I did a good hike yesterday. It wasn't very hard, but felt great. But I may just lay low today. So this is our final full day. So let's get you there, and enough talking, and I'll show you a few clips on the way. It's a pretty drive up there when you get closer to Idlewild. So let's get there and see what we can see. It's a Wednesday, the 20th, so it shouldn't be too busy. I purposely picked Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for this event, for this trip, so that I wouldn't have a lot of people to contend with. It's easier to get camp spots and that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's do it. All right, guys, I'm at San Jacinto State Park. I wanted to show you my campground. It is a little after 4 o'clock, and there's my tent there. I like that I don't have to carry my stuff very far. I don't have much of my other stuff out. But yeah, this is number 19, and I like this site. So let's show you that. So interesting fact though is, as I was leaving the Palmer Mountain State Park and driving up here, it was an hour. It's over an hour and a half because I had to go so many windy roads. But I get a call. I didn't have much service, so I get on the call when I was about an hour away, and it was a nice park ranger here saying basically that they have gone the entire year with no fire ban, but as of today, there are no fires allowed, even though they have very safe pits there. Somebody left an axe here, but they have very safe pits here. It's the reason why I paid $29 is so I could have a fire and sit by the fire. I can camp on BLM land. There's some right down the hill that I always go to. And so I was going to do that. So he called me and said, you can cancel up to noon. So I got up here at 11. So I come right to the state park. And actually I went and looked at the spot I picked because the pictures and the diagram was not good. And the campsite was crap. It's in the full sun, not a single level spot anywhere to set up a tent. So I don't know how they expect anybody to put a tent up. But anyway, so I went in there and I said, yeah, I want to get my money back. Can we just delete the order? Like I said, it was about 11. And he said you can do it up to noon. So he tried to do it on his computer and it wouldn't let him do it. So I had to call California Reservations. It's like where you book a lot of your California state park stuff. And she said no, that he is misinformed and that you have to cancel by 6 p.m. the night before. So I would have had to have canceled at 6 p.m. last night for today. So because I'm stuck here, I couldn't have done a fire on the BLM land anyway, so it's okay. So I took the spot, but what I did was, it's a very empty, it's a Wednesday. The places, there's one next to me, there's nobody over there, but all these are pretty much empty. So he highlighted, I asked him to highlight a few that he liked campsite wise, and so I picked this one. So he just basically switched my spots so I have a better campsite. So you can see I have a pretty nice level spot for my tent. So basically I can't have a fire tonight, and it was going to be a kind of a surprise, but I've made two kind of semi-fancy meals and they took a lot of preparation the last 2 nights, so I was going to make it easy on myself and roast hot dogs on the fires. So the one night, so literally the first night, he said thought they were going to have their first ever go through a whole summer without a fire ban, and I don't really understand. It's not hot, it's 60 degrees out, it's nice and cool, but yeah, so it's I think it's a state ban thing, so they have to abide by it. But yeah, so the very first night of the fire ban is the night I'm here. So if it was yesterday, I could have had a fire. So anyway, I'm just gonna make lemons out of lemonade, or lemonade out of lemons. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang out here. I bought a burger and fries requested by somebody in town. It was very good. So I kind of had an early dinner. I bought some chips and I found something new that I've never seen. It's guacamole and salsa mixed together. So I'll give you an update on that. Yeah, and so I'm just gonna sit here and relax. And when it gets chilly, it's going to be not super cold, but we are up pretty high, 6,000 plus feet in the mountains. So I bet you it'll get around 50 degrees. I'm going to get in my tent and watch some shows and get all bundled up and warm. And tomorrow is the last part of I got one last surprise for you in the morning. I'm not going to cook my scramble in the morning. I'm not going to make coffee. We're literally going to pack up and get out of here pretty early. So I have some day, and we're going to hit one more spot on the way back home. And that'll be it for this long adventure. But yeah, right now I have an iced coffee and oh, by the way, the last thing is it never, ever, ever happens here, but I have 4 bars, 5 Gs. So that never happens. So instead of watching some things I pre-recorded on Netflix, I can watch something that maybe looks better to me. So that's my plan. And that's about it. This is my view. And it's very quiet. It's one of the reasons I came here this time of week. It's a Wednesday, like I said. I have the whole place to myself. It's about 4:24 right now. So like I said, it'll get dark about 6:45. Well, it's 7:41 a.m. on day 4. I told you it's a 3.5 day trip. Not even 3.5 days, but here's my campsite. It's early in the morning. It's pretty chilly. Got down, I don't have a thermometer with me, but I bet you if I had to guess, probably high 40s. Maybe 47 or 8 degrees, but I'm gonna have a very simple camp. I'm not cooking this morning or making coffee, so I'm gonna clean up my tent, throw it in there, and we're out of here. Oh, and we're gonna take you to our last surprise of the day. So if you've watched me before, you'll probably know where I'm going, but I'm not gonna give it away. We'll just show you when we get there. lost 50 pounds hiking 2 months. So, good morning, Marmalade here, and well, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed that trip. We did a lot of stuff, didn't we? I know it's kind of a long video. I haven't edited it yet, but I know the cooking alone took a lot of time, but I'm going to try to edit that down so it's not very long. But man, we did a hike. It's supposed to be 2 hikes, but it didn't work out. One of the campgrounds last night wasn't what we thought, so I didn't get to have a fire, but we had a really good time, didn't we? We did a lot of different things and showed you the Palomar Observatory and all that, so I hope you enjoyed that. This will be, like I said, truer to what it's going to be like when I'm on the road. Living in my car, it won't be always as action-packed and something planned every single second. I'll be on the road mostly, almost always sleeping on BLM land or public lands where it's free, and camping, I should say, and sleeping, and not necessarily paying for a camp spot. This was just a treat for myself after being on the PCT for 2 months. And I got my fix, back to work and stuff. I'm contemplating, maybe it gets a little cooler in the desert, trying to go on for either go do some peaks, some videos on that, or maybe backpacking, do an overnight or two. Excuse me. So I'm also thinking about getting a new tent, but it's really pricey, so I may have to sell my old one first to get some of the money and then buy the new one. So if I do that, that'll delay me going out and backpacking. So we'll see. It's the 21st of September, so we're getting on the good shoulder season in the desert. I may have some other adventures for you next week. They forgot to schedule me back at work next week, so unless they call me, and I may just go do another adventure, but something totally different. So I'm not sure yet, but I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments what you liked in this video, what you like seeing, if it's the cooking or not the cooking. I think everybody's different, so I'll probably get different comments, but let me know what you liked, what you like to see in these kind of videos. I call it the day in the life with Marmalade. That's what it'll be called probably when I'm on the road full time. So let me know what you liked, if you didn't see what you liked, maybe things you'd like to see in these kind of videos, the everyday stuff, what I do. So that's it for now. I'm about 30 miles from home. I've got to unpack this whole thing in my storage and then go to the gym and get a shower, and then maybe get some coffee and edit a video, start editing the video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.